Hey. So today I'm going to present about short coding. So, oh, okay. So first, what is short coding? And short coding literally means writing short programs, and it's also called code golf because writing programs with less keystrokes. So 少ない打鍵数で、プログラムを書くと。But of course it requires many time. So the total keystrokes is I think it's very too many strokes. And next, we have to define what is the shortest. So basic principle of short coding is the shorter the better, but proving shortestness I think is probably impossible. And so in this presentation, the term shortest is the world record. So and to prove the code is prove my code is the world records, we have to compete with other short coders and need to become number one. And so some competitive programming style, 競技 programming style online judge system is good for short coding as well as normal programming. So in this style online judge system, specification of the program to be implemented and some inputs and outputs are given. And there are several online judge systems, so I show three examples. The first is PKU Judge Online, called POJ. It was the most popular short coding playground in middle of 2000s. But recently, I think no one is playing. And recently, Anarchy Golf, which is maintained by Shin-H, Shinichiro Hamashi-san. This is very popular for short coding. This system is specialized for short coding, and it supports many programming languages. It is more than 100. And the third one is Yukicoda. It is a normal competitive programming judge system, but it has a code length ranking list, and some short coders are playing in this site. And my short coding experience is about 11 years for C language. When I was a university student, my classmate introduced me to short coding, and at that time, C short coding had just started, and it was very hot in University of Tokyo. And also, I started to write a short code in other languages, like Fernando and Piet. Maybe you have never heard of these languages. They are esoteric language, 難解言語、書くのがとても難しい言語ですね。And there are small number of players, so I think I have more chances to become number one. So let's see some example of shortcode in C language. The first example is here, and you can see no types like int or char, because default type is integer, the C standards set. Also, no including headers like stdio.h or something. It's okay for C language. Also, I used get function. It's said dangerous, but for shorter code, I use it. And here, passing a pointer to int and C to write function, the second argument, it works correctly only in little endian environments like x86. And also passing an integer argument to get function, it won't run on typical 64-bit Linux. It runs only on 32-bit environment. But the judge system is 32-bit, so it's no problem. And then another example, you can see K under style function definition. The type of argument is written after the name of variable. And also there are too many arguments to get and less argument to puts. The compiler, GCC doesn't complain about this. But what argument is actually passed depends on ABI. So this code only works on 32-bit x86 Linux, I think. And here, multi-character constant is used, and the value of this expression is implementation defined. But it works. And another example, I think many of you don't know this function, bconf. This is a deprecated library function. And the ternary operator, question colon, here, and I omitted the second operand. This is okay for GCC, and the first operand is returned if true. And and here, B is integer type, and the third operand here is pointer to char. So different types are passed to the ternary operator. It is not good for according to the C standard, but it works. So another example is here. Here is capital C conversion specifier is passed to scanf. Thus, capital C is not described in Linux man pages, but implemented in glibc. And what it is described in another man page, man 3p, POSIX man page, fscanf will show the description. And also, you may notice this main recursive call. It is prohibited in C++, but it's okay for C language. So another example is here. This code uses infinite recursive call of main, so this program does not stop. But this program will be killed by stack overflow because of recursive call. But some judge system will judge this program as some runtime error and wrong answer, but a certain judge system doesn't care the exact status of the program. And the answer is written to the standard output correctly. Because I used write system call instead of some printf or putchar library functions. They are buffered in library, so not flushed if the program killed. But I used write system call, so it is output to standard out. So this is the right program. The final example is, this is C code, but embedding an x86 machine code. So main is no more a function. And when I compile this program with -wo, GCC says, warning, main is usually a function. I know. And tips. Here is const. Why const is needed is due to NX bit. So all the judge system does not require this const, but recent judge system requires. And here's my thoughts. Short coding is not just deleting white space or using one character variables. It requires some flexible algorithmic thinking and knowledge and inspiration. In short coding, an O(n)³ solution may be better than O(n) log n solution if it is shorter. And inspiration is also important to reduce the last one byte. And knowledge about environment, such as compiler and hardware, supports inspiration. So knowledge is also important. So someone says writing environment-dependent programs is evil or not. We have seen the system is a little Endian or x86 32-bit GCC or 13-char system. But I think I want to say don't be too serious, just enjoy short coding. And I think it's a good chance to learn hardware architecture or library implementation, such as glibc and compiler implementation. So next, I will show short coding in Piet. First, brief introduction, Piet. Piet is one of esoteric languages. Isolang 日本語だと難解あるいは変態言語ですね。And a Piet program is written in the form of two-dimensional picture like this. This is a Hello World program. And this language is stack-oriented, and the instruction pointer moves around this picture vertically and horizontally. And I think the hentai of this language is the difference of colors of the source and destination pixel of the movement corresponds to instructions. So not the color itself, but the difference is instruction. And then we have to think about what is the short Piet code. I think there are two opinions. One is the number of pixels is small. These opinions, the pros is this is very simple and easy to understand, but it's not same criteria as other languages, so we can't compare the code lengths with other languages. The second opinion is the size of image file. So in this opinion, we can compare the code lengths with other languages, but the size of image file depends on image format. And I think it's more esoteric, and it requires more chance to use my brain. So I like the second opinion. So, 時間がない。And I have learned to write GIF images by hand. I think GIF is the best format to write Piet. And here is my program, and some strange this is the upper image is small, but it is large file size, and the lower one is large but smaller file size. So short coding is, I think it's useful and it's fun. So let's challenge. And references, I have written some doujinshis. So it may be in the bookshelf in the third floor. Thank you.
Never tried short coding in Python?
I have never tried, but I try.
Have you tried to use neural networks for Kodomo?
Oh, I have never think about it.
So, could you tell me how do you start coding of Piet? You directly write GIF code to the text editor, or you write some equivalent code to some other language and translate it?
Oh, good question. I write some equivalent code in text ASCII, and I compress it in LZW method. It is GIF format. Thank you.